Welcome back. In this episode of the Tiny House Master Plan, I'm going to show you how to do a design exercise. Design your own tiny house. This exercise is invaluable if you're going to DIY your own house, and it will also help you if you're going to work with a pro builder. All right, let's get right into it. So to do this exercise, you're going to need a few things. The first thing that you're going to need is the design exercise itself, which is on tinyhouseworkshop.com. I'll make sure to put the information down below. Great way to spend an evening by yourself, maybe on a date, or actually with your kids. This is a great exercise to do with them for spatial awareness. But let's go ahead and start off by getting things prepared. So you need to get your base down first. You'll notice that the first page is a base for cutting and attaching these two halves together. Your second page looks much like the first, but it's got a duplicate of the base, but it also has some extra dividing walls to be used inside your house. Your next page is all of your windows and doors. So a whole bunch of selection on there and a bunch of extra space here for you to hand draw stuff in. You'll notice the next is your bathroom and utilities. So we've got a miscellaneous types of tubs and shower stalls. We've got all sorts of different types of toilets and vanities, washing machines, different utilities for heating your water and your space. Your next page is your beds and your bedroom, your couch. Got a wastebasket, a laundry hamper on here. We got all sorts of stuff, including your TVs. Your next sheet is your kitchen. You've got a wide variety of cabinetry, stoves, fridges, ovens, dishwashers, you name it, all for you to choose from. And then you'll notice there is one page at the end which is completely blank. And that is so that you can, again, hand draw to scale each of the items you want to include in your house. So first step, let's cut out side B. Okay. So I've cut out half, as you can see, of this page. And now I get to take it and I cut it out at 28 feet because my house is 28 feet long. Cut your first half of what size you think you want, and then you'll tape it down at the other 28-foot marker. This will allow you, yes, to stay here now, but if you want to, you could take your tape off and you can still slide it out and make your tiny house bigger. So, let's tape this down. Okay, now we have to cut what we've created for the width. So you'll notice looking at this exercise that I have now drawn down here these little numbers, and they're up here as well, and they actually correspond with the width of your house. This is a huge decision to make. How wide do you want your tiny house to be? You want it 8.5 feet wide? Because then you can classify as an RV much easier. Right? You fit on the road without a permit. If you want, you can go 10.5 feet wide. This lends itself better to mobile homes. Okay, so we're cutting this thing to be 9 feet wide. So what I want you to do is look at the numbers down low, and you'll notice that there's 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. Right at where the X is where the wall will go. So I'm 9 feet. I actually will be chopping right there, and I'll be adding the wall in that spot where there's not an X. And voila, this is now the base for my tiny house. The next step is to cut out a duplicate of this. So we're gonna do the exact same thing and repeat. Okay, so now we have two identical floor plan layouts. And one will be reserved for showing the upstairs, and then I can flip it over and see what is downstairs in the floor plan. We are now ready to go and cut out all the things that we want to include in the house. Now, my advice to you would be cut out the major appliances, beds, all that jazz first, and do your windows more last. You can play around with those a little more. They're not as important for the feng shui of things. We're trying to get a top-down view of the space as you would walk through it and live within it. So let's go ahead and cut out all the things that are in my house, and I'll hand draw a few extras as well, and I'll show you them all when I'm done. Okay, so I finished cutting out most of the things that are in my house. There's still a few things missing on my custom stairs, my custom table. I gotta customize a few things. And this goes, I think, true to any tiny houses. You need to customize it. It needs to be particular to what you need and want. So be sure to, yes, use these standard couches, chairs, tables, all that. But feel free to alter it as it best fits the space and meets your needs. Let's get now to drawing in the extra things that I need. All right, I've got just about everything now either drawn out or cut out from the templates. Let's start putting it together. Okay, so we've got the bathroom now complete. Let's take you for a quick tour of it. We've got my washing machine in the corner. I've got a combi boiler on the wall, and I've got my Nature's Head composting toilet. There is also space here inside the wall for toilet paper, and there's a breaker panel. Actually, we access from the other side. When a barn door is slid over, it closes up the breaker panel. Otherwise, it also actually acts like a ladder when it's in that position. Okay, so now the living room is done. We've got the custom couch that was made by Sport Shop Upholstery. This is my water tank, in addition to the one in the kitchen, we'll get to that. And storage, but also long enough that you could actually have a guest sleep on it. So that's custom couch. There's a little gap of space, and then into my breakfast bar made by Holly of Truewood Artisans. Now that pulls out, there's a bench built underneath, 2 stools pushed up in front. There's the big double wide doors swing out, and on the other side, that is where the stairs begin. So there are the stairs, 4 steps up, and then a landing before getting up into the loft. Now let's go ahead and put in the kitchen. The kitchen is now complete. Let's give you a quick overview. We've got the stairs, as I mentioned, going up, and the fridge, I've left the title on there so you can kind of tell what it is slightly underneath that landing. Now the way the stairs zig up, I can fit it underneath, which why not? There's some space next to the fridge for dirty dishes. That's where they go. There's a double basin sink with a little half divider. See the faucet and little soap dispenser here. We've got this taller countertop. Now this is actually a water tank of mine. So I have so much water in there, almost 1,400 liters of water, just under. We got a cubic mini wood stove in the corner here. That's part of the heating systems of the house. Then there is a 4-foot cabinet system. This is my majority of my cabinetry space. Next to that is a 5-burner full oven. Some people think it's too much for a tiny house. I love it. Fits this space wonderfully well. Next to that is a 1-foot island, and it has a top drawer, and it also has a drawer down low, and that's where all my cookie sheets and miscellaneous taller things go. And there you go, that's the kitchen. So now you can see we have a layout for my floor plan for my tiny house. What's exciting about this exercise is technically all the stuff can be moved around. As long as you use the Scotch tape and you put it down carefully and don't overplaster it, you can always find a corner, peel something back up, and move it. This is invaluable when you are playing around with design ideas for making your tiny house, whether you're gonna build it yourself or you're gonna use a pro builder. Let's now go upstairs and I'll show you how to duplicate it again and have a flip over. Okay, and there we have it. I just finished the upstairs. I made sure to include extra details to make sure it was extra clear. I put the stairs in repeat. I put in a queen-sized bed. I've got my cabinetry at the one end. That's my fake wall, James Bond wall I call it, where a lot of my clothes go. I got a waste basket and a laundry basket at the foot of the bed. And then there's this cabinetry which connects the 2 lofts, and I call that the cat gangway. This is where the cat could actually run across from one loft and jump into the other loft. The other loft does have a utility cabinet and just miscellaneous cabinet. It's my catch-all last storage space in the house. And there is a bed that fits that space almost perfectly. It just have to be custom cut, but it's fairly close to a double bed, a little bigger. You can see the pillows there, and you can see the fan, which I hastily drew in. So now we've got the 2 layers of the house, and what's exciting is you can place one over top of the other and flip it over to reveal what's underneath. Or you want the main layer to always show first. It's going to clear and then just get extra insight. You can see the upstairs. You can do it either way. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this design exercise. It's invaluable for anyone who's looking to get into a tiny house. Can they make all the things fit? Can they imagine walking around in this space? It's really important to make sure that functionally and ergonomically, you can make your tiny house blueprints meet your needs. So you can get this on a Tiny House Workshop website. And if you're interested in learning more, I'll actually provide you with a discount code to come and take a Tiny House Workshop. So if you enjoyed this, please make sure to like, subscribe, and in our next video, we've got some extra special content for you. We're gonna do a Q&A session. So any questions you have around tiny homes, tiny house living, building, design, this design exercise, my house and the earlier videos of it, fire those comments down below in the comment section and we'll make sure to get to them, or as many as we can, in our next episode.